Hello, my name is Joseph Woods. I'm a first year apprentice in Middle Tennessee. I'm a union member for the IBEW, which is International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. I go to school at a training center in Nashville, and I I've been told most of my life by most of my friends and most of my family that I am way too hard on myself, and it has gone in one ear and out the other, um, my whole life, really. And so, just to kind of give you a short story of an example of, you know, the thoughts that I think towards myself during the day. So, I was given a task today after lunch, and I came back from lunch, and my task was to get in this lift and go up into the ceiling. And what I was supposed to do was remove this flex cable, which was hollow. There was no wire in it, not yet, from a pull box up in the ceiling. And a pull box is basically just a square metal box, and it's designed to make things a little easier for when we're pulling wire. Um, but this particular task was it was cramped in this area. There was a pipe behind me, and there was a light to my left, and so it was a little tricky. And so my first task was to remove the cable and then put a nut on the end of a what's called mule tape, which is basically it's like a big shoelace, but it's really strong. And so I was supposed to put a nut on the end of this mule tape and run it down the MC cable wire down to the ground, and the guys down there would feed up the wire. And so these wires are about this big, and there was about 3 or 4 of them up next to each other, which is usually when we're pulling wire. That's how we have to do it. We pull as many wires at once. And so they had taped it up and secured it to the mule tape, and it was my job up top to pull it as they fed it to me. So I got it up there, and then the next puzzle was to try to figure out how to bend it in such a way to where I could get it in this pull box, and also slide this connector on it. It's a 90-degree connector, and so I had to twist it in a certain way. I had to lean it up against. I had to set it up against the metal lift, and these guys down on the floor started cheering me on and stuff, and I'm thinking, like, oh, I'm just taking too long. And if there was a journeyman up here, he would have been done with this already. And so I about 30 to 45 minutes of trying to figure out where to put this and also get this component on there. Things got real quiet down on the floor, and I didn't even notice I was sweating all over the place. A guy came up and gave me a water bottle. A couple guys, hollered up like, "Are you good?" And and I thought, they're just telling me I'm taking too long. I said, "Yeah, I'm good." And so I finally get it in there and secure everything, and then secure the cable down as I went down. And when I got down there, everybody was clapping, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, first year apprentice finally did some work and finally came down. Still thinking like they're just patronizing me. And so I went to break and came back to the area. It's barricaded, and my journeyman is up at the pull box, and he's taping up the wires that I fed in, because they were in this metal opening. It was it was too thin, so some of the insulation of the wires came off. It wasn't too much, but there was some taping to be done, and I'm just looking up there. I think I was shaking my head or something, and this other apprentice comes up to me and he said, "Hey, good job, Joe." And I kind of give him a half-hearted, like, "Thanks, man." And he said, "No, I mean it. It took 3 guys to put in the first one. We had to take turns." I learned today that much of my depression and anxiety, I now believe, is because of lies I've come to believe about myself. That I focus way too much on my defeats and what I've done wrong and where I need to be corrected, to the point where I have gotten completely blind, or I've never come to see the good about me. And I will remember this day for the rest of my life. From now on, every time that I think these thoughts, because I also learned today that there's a difference between self-correction and self-bullying. And most, if not all, of my life, I fall to the wrong side. And I can't do that anymore. I won't. And this is I'm supposed to feel good right now, but still it's just this leftover echoing negativity, and it's not good, it's not rational, and it's not grounded in reality. And so I've got to stop, because there are good things about me. And I hope this video encouraged you, and that maybe you can relate to it, and maybe it can help you find the good things about you and good things about what you've done in your life. Because things can get pretty tough sometimes. So, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, and all that.